Yesterday, we released a film about filmmaking, Matinee Idol. There was a character named Daisy Cheney. Now today, we're going to tackle filmmaking again. And there's a character named Daisy Chain. And she's the titular character because this movie is Daisy Chain. How's everyone doing? Welcome back. I'm Jason from Barefoot. This is Squeaky Clean Adult Films. Today, 1984, Daisy Chain. Made by the amazing married couple team, Kirdy Stevens Helene Terrie. They got married in 1952, right up until Kirdy's death in 2012. That's a long, awesome marriage. Maybe the secret to their success was a great working relationship. Now, Kirdy directed this, Helen wrote it and produced it. And guess what? There's no producer credit on IMDb. I might have to flex Barefoot's. We paid for IMDb Pro, and since we're an actual company on there with 2 releases, I've directed 3 movies and only 2 are on there. I might just go in there and help out the old world because she deserves credit. I know she produced it from the end credits of this movie. And speaking of credits, they did a kind of cool where they're typing up the script, since this is about filmmaking, and they have the real names on it, but you can barely read them. This is from a VHS tape. I think it looks awesome. This is a 35mm film brought to you from VHS. That, I believe, is the way God intended us to watch adult films. But people are so spoiled with 4K and even just DVD that this might look a little wonky to you. Just think of the 80s. Just think of the 80s. So Kirdy directed Taboo 1 through 6. We've done all those. Helen wrote and produced all those. And this picture was made in between Taboo 3 and Taboo 4, Daisy Chain. A 74-minute film, ours 8 minutes long. This film is about filmmaking. It's almost like a female Harvey Weinstein. Colleen Brennan's character wants Kevin James's character IRL, so she cast him in the movie within the movie. I don't know what I think about that. Me personally, I started my filmmaking career in '99, and I've only abused my powers like 4 times. I'm kidding. Now, I got so sidetracked. The research for this script, I was so blown away by the careers of all our actors. All of this impressive bodies of work. We'll talk about those in 8 minutes. Meet me at the end.
In a nutshell, the movie's about a woman who catches her husband with her sister. What do you think?
It's not bad. Not bad at all. I think I can do something with it. Who have you got in mind for the lead?
Daisy Chain?
Okay, I'll buy that. What about the sister? Listen, I'd like to use Lolita. I know she can't act, but she's new.
Oh, I really don't care. I'll leave the casting up to you. Except that I do insist that Luke Lancer play the male lead.
Luke Lancer?
Look, it's Luke Lancer. The whole project is off. I'm firm on this. It's my money, and I want Luke.
Okay. Okay, Phyllis. But don't blame me if I can't get a performance out of it.
Don't worry, Nigel. I intend to work with him myself. Even if it takes all night.
Jacques, let's get that light back. About a couple feet.
I've got to get that scene done where Daisy throws Claude out of the house.
No. We did
No?
that scene 3 days ago, boss. And now we're supposed to be doing here, scene 6.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Good girl, Sarah Jane. Don't know what I'd do without you. Hey, what's with you guys? We did this scene 3 days ago. Come on. Good. Now, when you enter the scene, I want you to look horrified.
What are you talking about? I mean, this is what I'm supposed to say. Claude, you're so crude. I'm not that kind of girl.
No. We're shooting that scene tonight, okay? Today, I want you to look horrified.
Then you turn and you run out of the room.
What? Look, let me look at the script. How could you? Nigel, am I angry?
No. You're horrified.
Oh. I think I've got it.
Okay. Lolita, are you ready?
Nigel, I was born ready.
All right. Roll sound. Action.
All I want to know is when the film's going to get here. The truck left an hour ago. Let me tell you, if it's not here in 10 minutes, we're going to sue. Yeah. What I really want to do, though, is get a grant from the American Film Institute.
A grant?
Yeah.
What kind of grant?
I want to go to the Philippines and do a documentary on rats.
Rats?
Yeah, rats.
Rats.
Yeah, they're really fascinating. Did you know there's a bounty on them in some countries?
The hell you say. I had no idea you were an authority.
Did you know that they survived the atomic bomb explosions on any Weetalk?
Well, right now, I am just trying to survive this picture. Okay? What's up next, Sarah Jane? Huh?
Next, we have to do the pool scene, or else we're going to lose our night, and it's just not going to work. Okay, boss?
That's my girl.
I must have made at least 50 pictures.
I know. Why do you think I spent 2 months of my allowance? I want to make you a star, darling.
I don't want to be a star in this crap. I played Che Guevara off Broadway.
Oh, I had no idea you played legitimate theater.
Okay, Nigel, this is scene 35.
Will someone go get Max? Come on, we're working in here. Can we take that again, please?
What's my motivation, Nigel?
Fear.
That was the only outfit we have. And unless we plan on reshooting the previous 4 scenes, we're really going to have trouble with continuity.
What? What?
Don't look at me. I may be everything else, but I'm not wardrobe.
Well, then get me wardrobe.
There is no wardrobe person. It wasn't in the budget.
Then you do it. Please.
I'll teach you to mess with a member of the Women's Vigilante League. Oh, my God, Claude, it's you. How could you do this to me?
Forgive me, Abigail. I didn't know you were a vigilante.
I joined the day I left you. I'd nowhere to turn. They took me in. I knew I'd meet you again, but I never thought that.
You never thought that I'd be the masked bandit. What's my line?
Cut. Sarah Jane.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Sorry.
Don't worry about it. Here you go.
Listen, Nigel, I've got to get home. My husband's driving me crazy. When is Luke going to be finished? It's 4 o'clock in the morning. You've been shooting for 16 hours. I've been to a dinner party and come back. And you're still shooting the same scene.
We're ready.
Okay. Just be patient. Okay. See what you got.
I think it looks pretty good.
All right. Roll set.
Speed. Marker.
Action.
Colleen Brennan plays Phyllis. She's putting this whole movie together. Hey, what did you think of the movie? I forgot to say my unoriginal line. She was in so many movies, just like the other day when we talked about actors acting and cult films and adult films. This lady was the bee's knees. She was from Invasion of the Bee Girls, Foxy Brown, Shampoo, Super Vixens. We get a lot of requests to do Russ Meyer pictures. I don't think we'll ever do one. Those aren't adult films. They're just amazing films with lots of breasts. For this gimmick to work, it has to be inappropriate, turned to G and sometimes PG. So I'm sorry to all the Russ Meyer fans. I am a Russ Meyer fan. I apologize. She was also in Ilsa, She-Wolf of the SS, produced by David Friedman from Yesterday. We have a lot of ties with this crew, with this cast and the last couple movies we've done. Colleen was also in the Vinegar Syndrome release What's Love with Ginger Lynn. Also Taboo 5 for Kirdy. Karen Summer, she is running that set. She's the director's strong number 2. She just passed away in 2023. Karen Summers, we know her from Taboo 4, Taboo 5, Tasty, and I didn't know this, her first gig ever was an extra, Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Karen, the strong number 2, to the director, Nick Random. He plays Nigel, the director. Tantala Ray plays the titular Daisy Chain. She was in Steven Sadian's Cafe Flesh. And speaking of Cafe Flesh, Kevin James also worked with Steven Sadian in Cafe Flesh. You know him from the whole Taboo series, and I know him mostly from Sweet Alice, always playing the hunk. Stephen Douglas plays Max the cameraman. Crystal Breeze, who we know from not only the adult world, but Hugh Hefner's Playboy world. And they're not in it that much. But Lisa Lake and Peter North are in the movie. She plays Lolita. You hear her off camera a lot, and you hear them talk about her a lot. But you really just see them on the couch near the very end of the picture. I love Lisa Lake. You should hear me talk about her in the intro to Taboo 3. I went on a whole journey with her. I used to be able to not stand her. And she went from the bottom of the list to the top of the list. She's been in a bunch of films. She was in the last 2 Richard Mallor films that were shot on film, Classical Romance and Physical Attraction, as well as another Richard Mallor prior to that, A Taste of Money. And Peter North, he's been in a couple pictures. IMDb, highest I've ever seen, 1,630. 1,630 movies. Now, we've done a couple of his, including, I think, his best movie, Priceless, where he plays an old detective, but also Hotel Paradise. All right, do you think, it hasn't snowed yet in Flagstaff, so I'm going stir crazy. Do you think I can tie in something for tomorrow from today? We'll see. Producer Pete says the key to our success will be if someone writes about us. Because we have thousands of subs and we get hundreds of views. So that means it's a family affair. People outside of us don't know about us. That's why the last 2 days in a row, any bloggers, podcasters, anyone who has anything to do with the adult film world, I give good review. Interview me and we'll talk about this, and we'll see if we can get some of the regular folks out there to look at this interesting project. You don't see me talking about my own career or shilling my other art projects out to me. Oh, you should see my new painting. For real, but not really. And he makes a good point. That's why this is like day 3 of me bringing this up. If we can get people in the adult world to see this interesting project. Well, this started as a joke on the Written Word in the Blank Page, which was a sketch comedy show that I was the head writer for. We were talking about shooting a G-rated adult film, and someone brought it up that there's this bathtub video, or it's like a fake out, that it's been done numerous times. And as a film editor, that's what my degree's in, post-production. I just joked and said, why don't we take an adult film and just make it G-rated? Like actual G-rated. Like no cigarettes, no swearing, G-rated. And that was the genesis of this. However, I barely talk about this. We were talking about an old adult film that my parents had. And my mom's like, oh, I don't remember it. And I was like, oh, you should watch it. And she's like, I'm not going to watch that. It's either Debbie Does Dallas or Private Teacher. And I jokingly said, well, I can make a version for you to watch. It'll be very short, not time consuming. You'll get the gist of it. You can say you've seen the movie without seeing any of the bad parts. And I just think that's interesting. And I think other people will too. Okay, bye. See you later. See you tomorrow. Maybe, probably. I don't know.